Today on Why I Love ... Why I love hotels. Look, here's the hotel I'm staying at now. And it's got a fountain. First thing my son Leo does whenever we stay at a hotel is jump on the bed to see how bouncy it is.
So bouncy, so bouncy, so bouncy.
I've got to be honest, that's the first thing I do too. I'm not quite sure why the novelty of sleeping in a bed and a room that's slightly different to the one I've got at home is so exciting, but it's something to do with the clean linen. I've said before on this channel how much I love a freshly made bed with fresh, clean sheets. There's almost nothing better in the world. And the great thing about a hotel is you can leave a bed looking like this, then come back a few hours later and it magically looks like this. There's nothing sweeter than that. Now, one of the things I enjoy most about hotels are the typical things that you find in hotel rooms. I'm a really big aficionado of those, and actually I've got my own checklist. Sorry, printer's not working very well, running out of ink, but here's my checklist of things that I look for when I go to a hotel room. So tea and coffee making facilities, a safe, trouser press, notepad with hotel logo, a local attractions information pack, tiny shampoos, wrapped hand soap, glasses in the bathroom wrapped in plastic, extra points, a hairdryer, complimentary dressing gown, a mini bar, a sewing kit, shoe cleaning equipment and a Bible. Now, I'm yet to find a single hotel that manages to check all those boxes, but when I do, I intend to give it a very favourable review on TripAdvisor. So let's assess this hotel room and see how many we can tick off the checklist. Tea and coffee making facilities there, very nice. Also, bonus milk and chocolate biscuit in the sort of ledge underneath. Very nice surprise. Hello, there we go, got the mini shampoos there, that's the least that you would expect in any hotel. There's the hand soap that was wrapped. I took a picture to prove it, there we go. And of course, here are the glasses in the bathroom, although they're actually plastic, weren't wrapped, but still, gets a tick for that. And finally, the mini bar, although as you can see, we had to unplug it because it was really noisy and we didn't think we were going to be able to sleep. It was noisier than the seagulls. Actually, this one's completely empty. Although I think I prefer them to be empty. They're a mysterious beast, aren't they? The mini bar. They terrify me. They're always chock full of booze and chocolates and sometimes peanuts, weirdly. But there's never any price list, so you're forced to assume everything in there costs an absolute fortune, so you just keep well away. Keeping it nice and empty is a much better idea. Gives you somewhere to put your holiday cheese. All of which adds up to a pretty poor 5 out of 14 on my important hotel checklist. 5 out of 15 actually, because I forgot to put the do not disturb sign on there. We haven't got one of those, which is very bad. Some of these are, I think, more acceptable to not have than others. Shoe cleaning equipment, not really bothered, never clean my shoes. Bible, you don't really see those very often in hotels anymore, and I certainly don't need one. It's just a nice kitsch surprise when you open up a bedside drawer and find a little Bible peeking up at you. Always enjoy that. Others, I think, there's less excuse for. I mean, you really should have a hairdryer in a hotel room, I think you should. And certainly you should have a notepad with the hotel logo on it. I mean, that's unforgivable to not have one of those. That's Hotel 101, that is. And I think there's businessmen up and down the country who must really be lamenting the loss of trouser presses in hotel rooms these days. It's those people that I really feel sorry for. But before we move on, I do want to talk about this. tea and coffee making facilities, because I absolutely love how hotels make out this to be some incredible perk that you get if you stay at their hotel. In the old days, before plebs like us got to stay in hotels, if you wanted a cup of tea or coffee, you'd ring downstairs and it would be brought up to you on a full silver service trolley. But once hotels started opening up to everybody else, they didn't really want to do that anymore. So they just put kettles in the room. And then, and here's the genius of hotels, they build that not as a downgrade, but as an upgrade. Free tea and coffee, your own kettle. A tiny outlay for them, billed as an enormous perk for you. Now, I prefer the old system, but I have to doff my cap at their genius. And that cheeky sense of fun often continues into the bathroom, although sadly not here, but it's one of my favourite features that I like to find in any hotel. It's this sign. It's a really noble sentiment, isn't it? Come on guys, you can reuse some of those towels. Think of the environment. You can't help feeling though that this might be a bit more about bank balance than it is about the environment. After all, they really don't mind smashing through billions of these single-use plastic shampoos, conditioners and body washes every single day. Cheeky little scamps. When it comes to things I love, I need a little bit of mystery. And with hotels, that mystery comes in the form of the weird star system, which no one truly understands, I don't think. I mean, we know that a one-star hotel is not that good, but very cheap, and a five-star hotel will be luxurious and very expensive. But basically, we don't really know much else about it. So I thought, because I was making this video about how much I love hotels, I should probably do some research. So I went on the Which website, and it told me that actually things used to be a lot simpler. A 2-star hotel meant fresh towels and a daily breakfast buffet, and a 5-star hotel meant 24-hour room service and a swimming pool. These days though, the whole system is based on a complicated algorithm involving things like Wi-Fi access, internal phone systems, thermostatic showers, and the ratio of baths to bathrooms. But as I read through this, I suddenly thought, no, this is ruining the illusion. This hotel that we're staying at here has 2 swimming pools, a fountain, a soft play area, a basic breakfast buffet, a fully stocked bar that denied my wife a martini because we don't do cocktails, threadbare carpets, and no trouser press. Apparently, this complex equation adds up to 3 stars. I have absolutely no idea why, but it's good enough for me. Sometimes it's best not to peek behind the curtain. Just come up to the top of a nice hill for this next bit. It took me about 20 minutes to get up here. You can't actually see the reasons why I'm here. One is the lovely view of the sea over there, and the other is that you can actually see the hotel that we're staying in just behind me here. Not now, but here you go. Just thought it'd be nice for a change. So the star system shows us, doesn't it, that not all hotels are created equally. I stayed in some pretty awful hotels in my time. 2 of them stand out. One of them in 1995 in Beijing with my friend Greg. We'd gone to Beijing not realising there was an international women's conference going on, and so almost every room in the city was booked up. But we did find a place called the Jinghua Hotel, which was situated next to what appeared to be an open sewer. And we got a couple of beds in a dorm room in the basement. I say beds, they were boards with sheets on, and the place was infested with cockroaches and had a lot of weird rules about when you could and couldn't use the shower facilities. That was pretty bad. But worse still came a couple of years later in India, again with Greg and also my friend Chris, and that was pretty grim. I mean, the 3 of us got one mattress between us. There was a hose pipe in what I hesitate to call the bathroom, and the mattress was stained with all manner of things. I mean, it could have been anything from blood to faeces. It was pretty horrendous. We didn't really want to think about it. But worst of all, when we were sort of getting ready for bed, a couple of the hotel workers just came and just stood at the window and just looked in at us, just watched us. No expression on their faces, just watching us, waiting for us to take our clothes off. We managed to sort of block out the window in the end, and then, just to be sure, we took this massive antique air conditioning unit that was in the room. It didn't work, don't know why it was there, and shoved that up against the door, so it gave us at least a modicum of security. That was probably the worst place I ever stayed in. That was a very itchy night. But still, I love hotels, and as my good friend Robbie Knox says, life is all about stories. So would I swap those 2 horrendous hotels for 2 nights in a swanky 5-star hotel with superb room service, a proper concierge, a spa, a swimming pool, a sauna and a jacuzzi? Yes, of course I would, because although I love hotels, I really love 5-star hotels. Bye-bye.